Bonjour and welcome. So, if you've ever found yourself wondering what it really takes to completely conquer the IB French B syllabus, well, you are in exactly the right place. Consider me your virtual, highly experienced French teacher for this explainer. We're going to decode the exam papers, break down the syllabus, and get you perfectly aligned for success.
Today, we are going through the Master IB French B SL and HL Survival Guide. My overarching goal here is to give you a really clear, incredibly student-friendly roadmap. We're going to completely demystify the French B curriculum, figure out exactly how the Paper 1, Paper 2, and oral exam structures work, and make sure you know exactly what the examiners are looking for, whether you're taking standard level or higher level.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. 1. The IB learner profile. 2. The 5 prescribed themes. 3. The assessment criteria. 4. Paper 2 listening comprehension. And 5. Standard versus higher level.
All right, first stop on our roadmap, Section 1, the IB learner profile.
Look, learning French B isn't just about memorizing endless vocabulary flashcards. It's deeply tied to the core IB mission. You're actually pushed to become a knowledgeable, open-minded, and reflective communicator. And on exam day, this really matters. The texts you read in Paper 2, the prompts you write about in Paper 1, they're all designed to provoke critical thinking about issues of local and global importance. Becoming a proficient linguist at the diploma level means acquiring the strategies to actually use the language creatively out there in the real world.
Moving right along to Section 2, the 5 prescribed themes.
These 5 themes literally structure your entire French B journey. We've got social organization, identities, experiences, human ingenuity, and sharing the planet. Think of these as giant umbrellas. Absolutely everything you read, listen to, write, and speak about will fall under them. They are the direct inspiration for every single Paper 1 writing prompt and Paper 2 reading text you'll face. From exploring the modern family under social organization to examining the impact of technology under human ingenuity. Plus, core IB concepts like theory of knowledge and CAS are naturally woven right into these units, giving you endless opportunities to discuss big ideas in French.
Next up, Section 3, the assessment criteria.
Let's build a really clean mental map of how your final grade is actually calculated. So Criterion A evaluates listening and Criterion B assesses reading. And together, these make up your Paper 2 exam. Criterion C focuses on speaking, which is your internal assessment or the oral exam. And finally, Criterion D is all about your writing, which you're going to demonstrate in Paper 1. Knowing this simple matrix helps you understand exactly which skill you're trying to showcase in any given exam task.
And this brilliantly illustrates our next point. Section 4, Paper 2, Listening Comprehension. I've pulled this direct quote right from the syllabus resources. Listening comprehension now forms part of the assessment in Paper 2. I really want to emphasize this crucial detail because active listening is now a firm, unavoidable requirement for exam success. You're going to be listening to authentic audio in French, meaning you have to navigate different accents, local vocabulary, and varying speeds. It requires you to accurately identify both explicit and implicit information. So, practicing your active listening skills regularly is an absolute must to conquer Paper 2.
Which brings us to the big one, Section 5, standard versus higher level.
This is the main fork in the road. Both SL and HL cover the exact same 5 prescribed themes, and they share the same core structure for Paper 1 writing and Paper 2 reading and listening. But the expectations scale up significantly for HL. For instance, higher-level students must write 450 to 600 words in Paper 1 compared to SL's 250 to 400. On top of that, higher level features a dedicated literature component designed to really challenge students further. As an HL student, you're expected to read and understand more complex texts, and you'll actually study 2 original literary works in French.
So, the crucial point is exactly how this distinction plays out in your individual oral exams, which assesses Criterion C. If you're taking standard level, your oral presentation is based on visual material, like a photograph or an ad related to one of the 5 themes, accompanied by guiding questions. But if you're taking higher level, your oral exam requires presenting your comprehension and interpretation of a literary extract drawn from one of the actual works you've studied in class.
Now, what's really interesting here is how the official course companion explicitly outlines this rule. It visibly proves exactly what we just discussed. Visual material with accompanying guiding questions for the standard level and literary texts forming the basis for the higher level oral exams. It is hard-coded right into the official IB documentation.
Let's see how this actually builds for our higher level students. I want to walk you through a real-world example to completely demystify what you'll face in the oral room. This actual épreuve orale niveau supérieur is based on a literary extract from a novel by André Gide.
Notice how the guiding questions prompt you to do way more than just summarize. You've got to identify the narrative form, analyze the relationships between characters, comment on the themes, and offer your own personal appreciation of the text. Then it transitions into a broader, interactive discussion about literature itself. It's a fantastic intellectual challenge.
Ultimately, whether you're taking SL or HL, preparation is your pathway to IB success. Understanding the 5 core themes inside and out, mastering that new Paper 2 listening component, and knowing the exact format of your specific oral exam is the ultimate recipe for conquering this course. There are no trick questions in IB French B, I promise. Examiners just want to see you communicate effectively, confidently, and thoughtfully.
Which brings us right back to where we started. Remember the IB learner profile? You aren't just learning French to pass Paper 1 or Paper 2. So ask yourself, once the exams are over and the grades are in, how are you actually going to use these French skills to challenge your worldview and become a true global citizen? Keep practicing, stay curious, and à bientôt.